everyone, even the mainstream media who has been shilling for Disney and Marvel for years, even they are finally coming to the realization that they have to admit that the Marvel box office is in a little bit of a slump, that people are not as interested in superhero movies anymore. There's even a poll that came out specifically regarding Marvel, that people just aren't as engaged and aren't as interested. And that should come as no surprise with all the garbage they've pushed out, especially in phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the most recent release, Thor, Love and Thunder, even though it was so highly touted when it first came out, look at how incredible that box office number is, despite the fact that people ignored the $250 million budget associated with this. And now here we are in the 4th weekend of release, Thor, Love and Thunder. Now it's making, look at this, Thor, Love and Thunder in what, its 4th or 5th weekend, is making the same thing that Top Gun Maverick is making. $7.6 million. Top Gun Maverick made $7 million. It wouldn't be a surprise if by next weekend Top Gun beats Thor, Love, and Thunder in the box office. It is basically stalled out at just over $315 million at the box office. When you look at the worldwide numbers, it is yet to hit $700 million. This coming off of Ragnarok, which made, what do you think, $850 million worldwide. This thing is basically in the tail end. It's not going to get much higher than this. It's almost like this is right around exactly where I predicted it would be after that opening weekend, but nobody wanted to listen to that. Yet here we are. And even with this number, even with this rather sad box office result, considering how much money they spent on it, $250 million budget for Thor, Love and Thunder, vice $180 million budget for Thor, Ragnarok, you're still going to have people out here trying to talk about the difference, trying to say what a victory this is. Thor, Love and Thunder passes Thor, Ragnarok at domestic box office. Although that is true, 315 to 316, one thing people aren't talking about is, one, the budgets involved, but two, that just in the past 5 years, it's a little bit different. And if you want to talk about trends, if you want to talk about worrying trends, this is it. Thor, Love and Thunder secretly has a much smaller audience than Thor, Ragnarok. And this is coming from that Park Place. And the interesting thing to know is back when Thor, Ragnarok came out, the average ticket price was $10 a piece here in America. $10 for a ticket to go see Thor, Ragnarok. Pretty easy. You're talking $315 million, $10 a ticket. That math equates to about 31.5 million people went and saw it here in America. If you break down those numbers for the current price of a ticket, which anywhere from $15, $14.44, $13.48, and Cinemark, the only ones with a very low price of $12.25. So you take an average for these prices of around $14. That's about what the average ticket being sold for Thor Ragnarok is. What's $315 million divided by $14? You're looking at about 22.5 million people. So nearly 10 million less people, almost 33% fewer people went to see Thor, Love and Thunder than they went to see Thor Ragnarok. That's why people are right to be worried about Marvel. That's why people are right that they are losing hundreds of millions of dollars. They've had flop after flop, disappointment after disappointment in phase 4 of the MCU. Because you can spin these numbers however you want to, but at the end of the day, when you talk about 33% fewer people actually going out to see a movie, 30% less, that is a big deal, and it's something that Marvel should probably be pretty worried about. Thor, Love and Thunder, $250 million at the box office, has yet to crack $700 million. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.